Okay, so good morning. I'm out with the dogs on a walk just before having breakfast. As I said previously, I like to get out, get my steps in the morning. Very fortunate today that it's a nice day out. So it's just around like 9:30. So get these steps in first. Head home for what actually will be my pre-workout meal. It's going to be a really hot day today, so I'm going to try and get into the gym earlier. I do tend to train typically off of 2 meals, but my breakfast is quite light anyway at the moment. And on the flip side, this will then allow me to have 4 meals post-workout. So if I'm out and about today with it being warmer, getting steps in for instance, I've got 4 meal windows to contend with, which is a lot nicer. It means that I can spread them through the day suitably for what I need in terms of my current hunger levels. That will be today's plan. We're in for legs as well. So obviously I don't want to be in the gym when it's too busy, nor when it's too warm. Legs by far my favourite day. I don't know how one meal may affect things. It shouldn't be too drastic. I think it's more of a mental barrier, telling myself that I'm used to doing it this way. But I think once I'm in there, pre-workout's in, music's going, we should just be fine. So looking forward to that. Probably be out with another 20 minutes with the dogs, head home. Pre-workout consists of chicken, rice, spring onion, red pepper, olive oil and salt on that one. Salt to make sure that we are getting hydrated and putting the water in. Oil just because it's a fast acting fat, which will help with digestion. And then further to aid the digestion of a high protein meal, I have pineapple on the side. So I'll be home in about 20 minutes or so, start cooking that, shower, and then we'll head to the gym for, that will be, we've got 5 leg days until the show, so yeah, let's make sure it's a good one. Okay, so we are on the way to the gym. It is leg day. It is hot. My car is currently reading 31 degrees. I had intended on getting on a little bit earlier just to try and get in before it got too hot. Unfortunately, it's just creeping up towards 1 p.m. So it's like peak heat. It's going to be hot, but doesn't change anything. We've got a lot of fluids on board. We continue to take fluids in whilst training. Pre-workout will be going in shortly. We'll get in, do a minute or 2 on the bike just to get the legs moving, get ourselves psyched up and in the mental headspace to go and nail a good leg day. As I said earlier, we've only got 5 leg days left until we are stepping on stage. So we really need to dig deep, see what we can do in terms of performance and fullness of the legs. I think that is something that we really want to sort of focus on, ensuring that these legs don't run too flat as we come into the final few weeks. Vascularity is definitely increasing, which is quite cool. Always been something that I've chased. I'd give up so many things in terms of body proportions and muscle sizes and strengths of certain aspects if it meant that I could just have big veiny legs. So it's cool to see the differences being made, and it all starts with working hard in the gym. So let's get into the gym, let's go and push through a tough leg day it's going to be, but that's what it takes, so that's what we've got to do. So I'll see you there. Okay, so we're kicking off the leg day with standing calf raises. So 2 working sets here. I always start my leg days with the accessories making sure that my legs are warm and I'm not fatiguing those core muscle groups, so that when it comes to the latter part of the session, I'm still ready to go and push through those harder lifts, as opposed to doing the harder lifts initially and then cutting corners later in the session where my legs are fatigued. Okay, so once we are done with calf raises, we are then on to the adductor movement. With this, we are really trying to drive our legs away from us at that extended portion there at the back. So to really extend the adductor muscle, and then as we come in, we are really trying to almost pull our feet closer to ourselves, and we are trying to shorten our legs to really contract that muscle group. This is a great machine for doing so, and much preferred as opposed to your standard pin machine.
It's not possible to determine any sign of intelligence yet. It acts more as a reflex. One will run, you will fly. Two
After that, we are into arguably my favorite hamstring machine, which is this leg curl here. Just great for holding that stretch portion under tension and then really trying to drive my heels up into my bum, shortening that hamstring, ensuring we get a good contraction and that we don't spend too much time in that contracted portion and that there is no bounce. We want to sort of pull it in to the point in which we have contraction under control and then release. Controlling on the way down, holding in that stretch, and then repeating throughout the set. Okay, and then we get one set here on leg extensions. We buckle ourselves in and we go to the max. A great machine. It's a prime piece here, so you can really load different portions of the exercise. And as you can see here, the majority of the plates sit on the top pin, meaning I'm putting emphasis on the stretch portion here at the bottom of the rep. Okay, so this is where it gets spicy. We are now onto our first press of the entire session. Here we have the hip press, an incredible machine, great for connection through the quads, ensuring you get a nice deep stretch and drive forwards forcefully. Trying to keep reps as continuous as possible, and we have 2 working sets here. One, a heavier set, looking to get 8 reps minimum, and then we will go into a secondary set where we are looking to get 15 reps as a minimum rep target with a decreased load in weights. Okay, now for our second press movement of the session is the Cybex hack squat. If you've ever used one, you'll know just how humbling these machines are. We do 2 working sets here again, a similar rep program to the hip press with a heavier first set and then a back off set with a decrease in the load and a higher rep rate.
Possible to determine any sign of intelligence yet. It acts more as a reflex. 1 neuron will lie, 2
And to finish the workout, we end with some walking lunges. Seem pretty trivial, however, after the leg session itself, these are a killer. Making sure that we are putting our knee over our toe to really emphasize the weight and the load being on our quad. As I said, we've trained off of 1 meal today. So performance was good. Vascularity is really coming through, a lot more definition as well through the quad sleeve. So all in all, can't complain. And performance was up on a few things where suitable. So yeah, good fatigue management, and I feel like that's missing. But yeah, a good leg day, all in all. Rest day tomorrow, so made sure to leave as much out there as possible. Feel good for it. I think there's a little bit of external noise when I came in this morning into the gym. Just a few things that I've had to sort out and had to consider. But we got in, switched the distractions off, and made the most of the day. So it is now 3:30, so I've been here for 2.5 hours almost, which means we've got 4 meals still to have. So plenty of food in a nice condensed window. So we're gonna go to bed on a nice full stomach and sleep very well into our rest day, where we have eggs and bacon in the morning. So something to look forward to. But yeah, a good leg day all in all. Rest day, and then we will recoup our energy, recover, rest, and be here for Thursday on push. So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.